Excelsior, my fellow Marvelers, and welcome to our reactions to Loki Season 2, Episode 3, 1893. Now, 1893, of course, was the year that the Chicago World's Fair was held, and I have a lingering feeling that they are going to be running into the Victor Timely version of He Who Remains, because of course we saw it in the ads, in the trailers, in the teasers, and in the post-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So do check out my other Marvel reviews, and let's get on with the show. Of course, I must say, smash that sub button for Awesome Max Fun, because it remains to be seen how far Loki can run. Okay, forced rhymes aside, I think that Loki and Mobius might team up again with Sylvie, even though they found her, but she walked out on them at the end of the previous episode. The TVA is in danger of a meltdown because the temporal loom is unable to handle so many branches that they are not trimming or pruning anymore. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is unfortunately not one of those series which you can watch without knowing anything about the MCU. Unlike Ahsoka in Star Wars, which was a great, intro series in case you want to get into Star Wars but have never had the time or the inclination. Nevertheless, let's get on with Loki Season 2, Episode 3. And Advitya loves the lights behind her, which are ticking, talking in a timely fashion. That also ties into the theme of this episode, because the one-liner description mentions that Loki and Mobius will be looking for Miss Minutes, the little clock that used to run the entire TVA, and which is voiced by Tara Strong, a very nice voice actor whose work spans many great works of animation. And I'm looking forward to see how this mystery unfolds. Stay with us, and do make sure that you smash that sub button for Awesome Max Fun. Thanks for watching. Let's get it on. The retro look that has pervaded all of Loki is reinforced even more in the opening credits, because there's a piano theme that is playing the Marvel Studios motif. And I think that's going to tie in really well with the 1893, the late 1800s setting of this episode. Of course, Loki and Mobius are going to run into Ravonna Renslayer, because she crops up in the previously on recap. And she's also handling Miss Minutes, as far as it seems to me, as well as Victor Timely. So we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania post-credit scene that these two are going to run into the version of Kang the Conqueror, which is called Victor Timely, a sort of stage magician character. And I think the World's Fair is going to be a good setting in which they can get together and make some more mayhem. It's a bit of a surprise that the Victor Timely version of He Who Remains, or Kang the Conqueror if you prefer, has the temporal loom in his exhibit in the World's Fair. And so, that silhouette of a sort of a funnel shape is quite easily recognizable. And yep, there it is. Mobius has recognized this as well. So let's see where this interesting turn of events takes us. Excelsior, my fellow Marvelers, and welcome to my review of Episode 3 of Season 2 of Loki. The episode is titled 1893, already giving us a clue that they are going to be time traveling back to the past. And they are looking for Miss Minutes, that cartoon clock who used to run the TVA, voiced by Tara Strong, a very nice voice actor whose work has spanned Awesome Max animations. But the main thing is Loki and Mobius M. Mobius have now got hold of Sylvie. Although she did walk back to her past at the end of the previous episode. If you haven't seen my reaction and review videos for episodes 1 and 2 of Loki Season 2, do check them out. The links are in the description. And without any further ado, let's get this show on the road. I love how the Marvel Studios logo has the background playing by a piano, and as it morphs into the usual green shaded version that we have seen for Loki, we see that we have ended up in Chicago in 1868, which is not really the title of the episode. So I guess we will be watching events unfold with Ravonna Renslayer, the head of the TVA, who disappeared at the end of the first season, and this is her first appearance in this season. So let's... Oh, and she steps into shite. As soon as she steps through the time door, she steps into some mud and shakes it off. Let's see where she's walking off to. Alright, so as the opening credits, which are pretty short, roll in, we know that Miss Minutes has been advised, or rather directed, by Kang the Conqueror, or He Who Remains, to deliver a package which contains the TVA handbook to his child self in the past, which is in 1868 Chicago. And who better to do that than Ravonna Renslayer? As I mentioned, she was the head of TVA, and season 1 was kind of focused on her as a sort of a protagonist, antagonist by the end. So let's see what plan He Who Remains has made, and how Loki can manage to save the TVA without getting the Kang the Conqueror back into the top of things. Excelsior, my fellow Marvelers. I just finished watching episode 3 of season 2 of Loki, and to be frank, it was really slow paced. And when you're watching a series which is all about time travel and time shifting and timelines, I think they could have paced it a lot better. We get to see that Victor Timely, one of the variants of He Who Remains, aka Kang the Conqueror, gets transported back to the TVA so that the Loki and Mobius team, along with Ouroboros, played by Ke Huy Quan, can save the TVA. And Sylvie comes back to try and kill He Who Remains and all of his variants. Plus Ravonna Renslayer and Miss Minutes, voiced by Tara Strong, make a comeback. All in all, it moves the overall story a little forward, but didn't do much in terms of action. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and smash that sub button for awesome Axe fun.